Okay, what do we got going on over here tonight?
You're on a Carnival cruise, and for years, that sign has mocked you. But today, you've stretched. You've slept upside down like a bat.
What up?
You
How you doing tonight, brother? That's weird. It doesn't show me anybody's on here tonight for some reason. Yeah, YouTube's doing some funky shit to me again.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Because your generation offended and everything, getting mad that
But yeah, I just popped on here right now. I'm gonna give it a few minutes to let some people jump on here. But we got some good stuff tonight. Somewhere right here. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff going on with these whole balloons and UFOs and stuff out here. What's up, Jake? Let me grab my paper here. I'm gonna go ahead and read the first part of this because I gotta get it out here in case they shut me down. Oh, for all the people that commented and asked earlier, well, there's only 2 people on here, but I had a stroke last night, guys. Yeah, that was fucking weird, crazy. Yeah, it's real weird. I just happened to be making a video when it happened too, so I got, yeah, right? I got it on video. So I will be posting it sometime this week, for subscribers only to, see. And some people were asking me questions about why I don't comment every time they send a message on here. And that is because YouTube makes it where you can only send, it takes a whole 60 seconds each time. If you send one message and then you send another one, I only see one, and then 60 seconds later I see another one. So I'm gonna figure out how to change that up a little bit as we go here. Plan on doing a lot more stuff with the laptop and my new camera. Got my new camera in yesterday, so once I get that all set up on here, probably tomorrow night I'll be on that. I'll be a lot better. But yeah, stroke fucked me up a little bit. Lasted for about, I don't know, 10 minutes, and it was real fucking weird. It was either a stroke or it was a brain aneurysm, because, you know, I have a TBI, I have swelling in my brain, so that would suck if it was a, you know, something just blew up. But I feel really weird today, really funky, you know, so I looked some stuff up, and it could be either or, so I don't know. I don't do doctors. 1,000 people accidentally got vaccinated at the hospital in my town, so yeah, fuck that. I will never go there or trust those people, you know, after those kind of statistics, because, well, our hospitals suck anyway here, but anyway, you know. So let's get into this. I'm gonna give a history lesson here real quick, because YouTube's not showing me anything about who's on here tonight, and I can't even see. I'm in gray. Are you guys seeing me in gray right now? No. Okay. Well, then it's just my side. Okay, whatever. So I was doing some reading and some research today during my lunch break at work, and I found this old article from World War II and Pearl Harbor. So 2 days after Pearl Harbor, the war was starting to lighten up with the people here in America, and yeah, I'm all right. I have a headache and I'm feeling weird, but other than that, yeah, I'm fine. Whatever. I went and climbed trees all day today and worked, so it's whatever. But anyway, the U.S. released multiple weather balloons over Los Angeles to keep the war going, and they made it look like the Japanese were attacking. It actually went in the history books as the what was it? The Battle of Los Angeles. You can actually look that up. It actually went in the history books of the Battle of Los Angeles. But the U.S. So that leads me to tonight's alternate topic from the day before yesterday's live, which was about these Chinese balloons. Okay, I want to give you another way of looking at it. Okay, so far 4 UFOs have been shot down now. And I also posted earlier today on my Port Charlotte Trump Club Telegram and on Getter the new stealth drones that they are developing in China. Like, people say that's not a thing. I'm like, so I looked it up and I posted the video earlier. You can see it's very similar technology to fuck was that? To what's going on here. But let's look at this from the other side of it, because there's always 2 sides to a coin, right? Oh yeah, I also have the one that says Proud MAGA Extremist, the Great MAGA King 2024. This is one of our newest ones. I'll probably be wearing a new shirt every day. If I'm wearing it and it's MAGA or Patriot, it's for sale, and I have it for sale. Any sizes, most colors, some colors and stuff you can't get made in America because the inks aren't. I try to get all my inks, everything that I buy made in America. All my hats, like I make my hats, I sew my hats. So if they look like they might have a little bit of an error defect, it's because I'm half retarded. So, you know, I'm trying to do integral shit, you know. I cut all this out myself, and I don't have big fancy machines. I do have one machine that helps with the vinyl, but you still have to, it's just a block of vinyl and you have to pull everything out of it and still make the design. So anyway, I also do boom, permanent, son of a bitch, ink sublimation into shirts. This is one of my 2A shirts on Abe, and on the front, I'm a nerd, so you know I had to go with the Mandalorian and the MAGA. So this is the way, MAGA. But yeah, most of my designs I do it myself. A lot of them I buy. Like these I buy. It's easy to buy shit from Trump because it's everywhere. You know what I mean? I buy the design and then I make it. But anyway, 4 UFOs shot. I'm trying to answer the comments, by the way. I don't mean to be floppy here, but I'm trying to answer y'all's comments. I think the U.S. might be in control of some of this shit, like the balloons and these so-called UFOs that don't even try to evade being fired upon. You know, these more advanced UFOs that we've ever seen, and even though we have them now, they can't figure out how they fly or anything like that. But, yeah. They can't, yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Really, you know. Because if we can't figure out how it flies, it's too advanced for us to figure it out. It's more advanced than anything we have. Then how are we just shooting 3 of them down at this point? Yeah, I'm not buying that anymore. You know. So this is all hypothetical, by the way. This is hypothetical, YouTube. This is all hypothetical. It's just, you got to look at the facts of the matter, that everything that's been said on TV, social media, all that stuff, if we believe everything that we believe about this administration, they're compromised, they're working with China, they're working, you know, with the people that we don't want them to be, then that's scarier than anybody is acting like it is. Because this guy, um, John D'Souza, I found this earlier. John D'Souza, he's a former FBI, like, counter-terrorist. He had high-level clearance, classified document clearance, stuff like that. He literally said, and this was like, I don't know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that the government would use UFOs as a way to start a new U.S. where there is one side that leads through fear. Look this guy up, bro. It's John D'Souza. He says it a lot more articulately than I am right now. I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, check his. You can YouTube it. It's on YouTube. John D'Souza. He's a former FBI agent, and he called this out exactly what's happening right now. So you got to look. You got Chuck Schumer out there talking about UFOs all of a sudden. You got the Pentagon officials coming out talking about freaking UFOs. Now it went from China spy balloon to now they're fucking UFOs or aliens. Come on, bro. I hope these are aliens and they're coming here to get our leaders. Come on. Come get them. Take them motherfuckers out of here. Shit, bro. This is getting... this is literally getting fucking retarded at this point. It's just... they're living in a freaking cartoon, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to tone it down a little bit tonight on the cuss words. Somebody complained earlier. No, I'm just fucking kidding. I don't care if you're offended. That's the whole point of this broadcast. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. Man, if some shit would have been flying around here, dude, we'd be shooting nukes right now. Do you understand that? Do you understand that China and Russia together have the largest nuclear ICBM payload, the most advanced hypersonic missiles? Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, I can't stop myself, but I do like to fuck with people, so that's fun for me. If I can offend people, then I've fulfilled my mission for the day. Because you know who else offended people? Jesus. But I know, no. I'm not saying I'm Jesus by any means. Jesus is awesome. Jesus is the way. But I am going to say that I believe my calling is to be like a Daniel or a Samson or a Joshua, which I am Joshua, or like a Joshua or somebody like that, for future generations to be safe. You know, I think it will come down to the point where this government is going to push so far that everybody finally says, well, fuck this bullshit. I don't understand. I'm really confused. Now, these are just thoughts, YouTube, FBI, you know, bots, whoever the fuck out there. If you're China, I don't give a shit, whatever, fuck you. I don't like communists. That's not my thing. Our forefathers made it very clear. If you weren't a moral or a religious person, there is no place for you in the United States Constitution. It says that in the forefathers, 3 of them in their farewell speeches. Right at the beginning, if you have a constitution, right at the beginning of the book, it gives all the farewell speeches from all the forefathers. And they lay it out very clearly. Every one of them make it very clear the Constitution was written in the name and likeness of the inalienable rights that we are given by God in heaven, not by man on the earth, because we needed to protect ourselves from the men on earth that would become tyrannical or become, you know, this administration. Are you kidding me? They're saying that these are Chinese spies, and they're allowing them to do this. That's one scenario. The other scenario is they're pushing for another big war, another big pandemic, another big something, because that's all they're talking about. Bill Gates talking about putting freaking vaccines in our food supply. Verbatim. Well, if I start putting the vaccine in your food supply, we won't have vaccine hesitancy. It's fact-checked. It's NewsGuard certified YouTube. So there you go. That's fucking crazy. And you do know he makes the potatoes for McDonald's as well, right? So if you're eating McDonald's French fries, you're eating Bill Gates. You might be eating his pee, or you might be pooping in that shit. Think about it, dude. I don't know. I don't like Bill Gates. I don't have anything. Man, I used to love Xbox, and I realized Bill Gates was like, I don't even know what he is. Is he even human? Like, for real. Like, look at the way it's shaped and acts. It's weird. Like, you can watch Mark Zuckerberg lose his soul throughout the years. Like, have you ever taken just a bunch of pictures from the beginning all the way to now and just play them really fast? You can literally watch his soul leave his body and him become just a meat sack of demons. Like, it's crazy, bro. That dude's a robot. That's not Mark Zuckerberg anymore. It's a robot. He built a robot, the robot killed him and chopped him up, and now that's the fucking robot, is what that is. Now we have this new AI shit and deep fake stuff we have to worry about. Look, somebody's gonna make a deep fake of me. Nah, they're not gonna do that. They're just gonna come kill me. They don't give a fuck about me. You know, but it's whatever. As long as I'm out here, I could be sleeping under a bridge. I'm still gonna come to you. Look at this little motherfucking place I'm at because of what they've done to me. Man, what the fuck? I had a 4-bedroom house last year. But guess what? I've already got a bunch of equipment back. I'm getting back. I work my ass off. That's what happens. I get out here. I had a store last year. They caught the motherfucker on fire. Now the guy won't rent me that building. You know what I mean? But we just keep going. We keep fighting. We need not inciting violence. Not inciting violence. I just don't feel like seeing the FBI this week, guys. And if I say the wrong trigger words for these YouTube assholes, they immediately report you to the FBI. And I've been visited 19 times. I've counted. It's 19 fucking times I've been visited by these motherfuckers. Mostly for school board meetings. The moment I post a school board meeting on here, within a week, guaranteed, if I post it on Monday, by Friday, I could just be sitting here waiting with coffee for them because I know they're going to be at the door when I open it. And it's weird. They do that too. They don't knock on your door. It's when you're coming outside, and they'll be sitting in their car, and they'll get out, and they'll come up and walk up to you. And it's like, you sneaky bastard. See, that's where cops fuck up. They come knock on your shit. Just wait until you see a dude walk out. You know what I mean? They got it right. They come up in khaki shorts, flip-flops on, button-up shirts, you know what I mean? Just normal people with just their folder with their badge in it, you know, and their jacket. So, these people are creepy and sneaky, man. You guys got to watch out. They're watching everything you do. Don't think that they can't see what's going on. If you, right now, and you can look these things up, some of these things they've redacted and pulled away, and they've changed the literature on it to make it seem like it's something else. But if you are the FBI are scumbags, and the FBI was supposed to be debanded after the World War, and so was the Fed. But anyway, some bitch, brain injury. But yeah, it's just getting nuts. Absolutely, we just want to be left alone. We just absolutely want to be left alone. I say, look, I told these cops that I'm going through all this shit with right now. I've tried contacting internal affairs. I've tried contacting the deputy chief of their department. Here's what happened when I tried to get the body cam footage. For 4 weeks, they didn't know what was going on. There was no report. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Charlotte County says there's no report here. This was the county they were in, so should have made a report here, right? No report. I'm like, son of a bitch. They made no report of this incident even happening that night. Okay, so let's figure this out. I called internal affairs captain. Well, I talked to a couple of people in internal affairs. I said, no, fuck that. Get me a captain. The captain called me back the next day. I told him the situation literally within 24 hours. I opened my email. No payment necessary. You always have to pay. Like, people get bitchy and say, hey, they made me pay for documents from the courthouse. That's not constitutional. Yeah, it is. They can make you pay all they want. It's usually pretty cheap. In the state of Florida, they can't charge you more than $24 for the documents, or 10 cents per page, depending on the documents. But that's the law and the facts on that for people that think they're not supposed to. They do charge you over a certain megabyte of download. It depends on your county for the size of the download. It's really easy to get county records on anything. You just go and you type in, you call the sheriff's department, you say, hey, on this day this happened, they give you a case number, you type it in, boom, you get all the body cam footage from it. That's how that works. I've never actually heard anybody explain that. They just say they pull the body cam footage. Well, within 24 hours, no, I don't worship Trump at all. As a matter of fact, there's only 5 things out of the 275 things on my truck that say Donald Trump on them. And there's only 2 flags out of the 7 flags on my truck that say Donald Trump on them. One of them says Jesus is awesome. One of them says it's don't tread on me 3% flag, American flag. You know, listen, I'm a sinner. I'm not saying I'm a righteous man by any means whatsoever, but if I could save 20 kids and sacrifice myself, that would be beautiful for me. I'm okay with that. Okay, I understand that I have to do things in the long run that might not make me get what I want from my father. But if I could save 2 children, I'm cool with that, man. I know that might sound horrible because God, more than anything in the world. Do you know what I was doing when I had the stroke last night? I was praying to God, and something told me that I was going to hell. And this is not, I'm dead serious. Something told me that I was going to hell. And I think I was so scared that I had a stroke. Like, that's, you can see, like, when I post the video, it's going to be for subscribers only. It was the craziest shit that's ever happened to me in my life. I was begging God to make me a different person, and I had the craziest experience of my life. And I say it's a stroke. Everybody says it's a stroke. You tell me what it is when I post the video. When I get done here tonight, I'll post that video. I just happen to be picking up my phone to turn my camera on as soon as I got done praying when this happened, because I was fucking shit-faced scared. Something told me while I was praying that I was going to hell. And yes, I know the demons speak to you like that when you're praying, but it was crazy. Am I a super religious person? No. Do I read my Bible every single day? No, I try to. Every day that I remember to read it. That's why I have a Bible right here, and 2 on the dash of my truck, so I don't forget to read my Bible. Right now, I'm in Daniel and Hebrews. We're kind of where we are right now. If you want to learn what the Bible really says about the end of times, read Daniel to Revelations. That is what God told Daniel and Ahoah and all of them what was going to happen in the end of times. And if you read through Daniel, and you see what the wicked things are that are to come. And God tells you, hate evil and fight it with all of your heart. Or you do, dude, it's going to be crazy. All the rules that are going now, Jesus isn't coming back. You understand that. He's not coming back to bring peace. You understand that, right? Okay, I want people to get this through their hearts and their souls. Because we are, I believe, ultimately, we've passed Timothy now. Okay, we are getting the Hebrews and up close. You know, I'm not a end of times kind of person, but I mean, you got to be if you believe in the Bible, right? You just don't know when it's going to happen. Well, I mean, there's a lot. If you just look at everything that's happening in the world and you actually read your Bible, it gives you everything you need to know about what's going on right now. I promise you that. I promise you. Read Daniel and read through there, because it's going to give you some crazy stuff to think about. Because people don't think about reading in the front of the Bible to get their answers for what's going on, because it's all doom and gloom, and it's It's one of the greatest fantasy books in the world. People like to read. I like to read Elven books. I got Dragon Ball Z, Star Wars, and Star Trek tattooed on me below my 3% tattoo. You know what I mean? I'm a nerd. I've got 3/4 of my back covered in Jango Fett, the Mandalorian. So I'm just, I'm just a dude. I'm a normal person. But I love my country. And we're destroying the one thing right now. The most important thing on the face of the earth, above everything else, is the children. Do you understand this? Above everything else. That's the future. We're not the future. We're focusing on us. We're saying, oh, I want to be comfortable. Fuck that. I don't want to be comfortable. I want these kids to be comfortable. I want your kids to be comfortable. I want everybody's children to be comfortable. Do you understand? I don't want them to have mental illness running the country. If you've seen the movie Idiocracy, that's literally where we're going. Dude, watch some of these commercials. We're literally living the beginning of Idiocracy out, where they're going to start watering the fields with fucking Mountain Dew, and they're going to be watching people fart on TV, and that's going to be their thing. You know what I mean? It's getting, dude, you gotta watch Idiocracy, guys, if you have not seen it. You will see the Biden administration flat the fuck out. Best movie to explain what's going on right now. And it's a comedy, so you'll enjoy it. But, freaked you out, right? Scared the shit out of you. That's what it's supposed to do. It tells you to fear God. That's what it's supposed to do. I was so, dude, I mean, it was crazy. I've been fucked up too. You gotta understand. I've been dead twice. I've been clinically announced dead twice. I have been fucked up, dude. And last night was the scariest thing I ever went through. I'm not gonna lie. Anyone that says they don't fear anything is a liar. You have to embrace your fear to understand and push through it. That's what makes you a warrior, I guess. Once you can push through that fear and not hesitate through that fear, it's the hesitation that gets you killed. Do you understand? It's the hesitation that stops you from making the next big move. It's that little hesitation because, well, I'm afraid of that. No, fuck that, dude. Just say fuck that. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of anything. We just need to do and act. And I hate that I have to talk to you on here. I wish we could get together somewhere in public, guys. I wish we could have barbecues together. I wish we could, actually conversate and know who the fuck each other was. You know what I mean? I wish we can get out here and help each other and accomplish things. That's what we should be doing. In our local communities, we should be getting out and accomplishing things. We can't sit back and type on a keyboard and make a video and say, hey, I'm making a fucking difference. How? Pick up a piece of trash if you see it on the ground. If you're in a grocery store or you're at the coffee bar and you make a mess, wipe it up, man. And then throw the napkin in the garbage. Little stuff can change things if enough people do it. You know what I mean? If we all just sit and complain about what the fuck's going on and we don't take any action. I want to see some of you people at the county meetings with me, man. I want to see some of you people at the school board meetings with me. I'll speak. Just be there as brothers and sisters that stand in one cause. Because just me standing out here going, yeah, fucking do this, you know what that does? It makes me look like a whacked out fucking weirdo. Look what they've done to Alex Jones for getting out here and exposing shit. Look what they're doing. You've seen the videos. If you've gone through any of my list of videos from the past 4 years, these people have fucked with me so hard. It's not even funny. I've been swatted so many times it's not even funny from when I was on that, now I can say it, that stupid app TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. I was in that shit, bro. I got 100 million views on that motherfucker when I was doing my school board meetings. I got Alex Jones. I went on Alex Jones. I didn't go on. My videos went on the Alex Jones show and on Fox and on NBC2. And I was in the front page of the paper because of that shit. That shit is a scary app, bro. If you're on TikTok, get off it. But then I can't say that because I just found out someone posts these videos on TikTok, so you go ahead and do that. That's all on you. I'm not going to judge people because of what sites they're on. I get it. It sucks. When I'm banned from everything except I have this. I don't know why I don't get banned anymore on here. I literally just filed a civil suit with my local community. 2 days later, I had my account back, and I say some pretty whacked out shit, bro. But maybe it's because I'm at a low base now. I'm not. But no, because that other video has gotten like millions of views all over the place right now. And I don't get banned from here anymore. So I got to give YouTube that much, because I'm not one of those guys that'll toe the fucking line. Like, I like Tim Pool, but man, you toe the line so you don't get banned, bro. Look at Crowder, brother. I love you, man. Steven Crowder, everybody, if you can afford to join Morning Mug Club, I can't right now. I had to cancel my subscription this past month, but as soon as I can get back on there, I will. Stop Big Con. Steven Crowder is an awesome dude. I got to plug you, man, to whoever I can. He's done so much. Watch his videos. Look up his fast videos on YouTube and watch him. He gets out there and he does shit. He goes to the people that are causing the problems and he talks fucking shit. If I could afford to do that, I would too. You know, Tim Pool and Steven Crowder, these guys are worth, you know, their shows are worth a lot of money. Like stupid money that we can't fathom. You know what I mean? But as patriots, we should. I try to follow all you guys that follow me. I try to follow everybody that follows me. So that's what we should be doing, though, as patriots. That's how we get our platforms back. Is everybody follows everybody, and then we all have big accounts again. It shows in the algorithm. Well, this is what people want to see. This is how we get. This is what they do. They get out and they make a noise so big the government cannot ignore them. They did billions of dollars in damages in cities. How can you can't ignore that? We don't have to go out and destroy shit, but we could at least be Americans and just go out and say, fuck this. This is our country. Let's just make some money and live. And, you know, that's what we do. We work hard. That's what we do. It says in the beginning of the Bible, look, you ate the apple. I'm taking your light. Now you're this human sack. And you have to work, and you have to work the lands, and you have to trouble, and you have to toil. That's just what we have to do. That's our lot in life. But guess what? It's for a greater purpose. You know, it's for a greater purpose. And then Jesus came and he said, hey, you don't have to suffer as much now. You can work when you want to. You can work when you don't want to. You can do things a little different. But the whole Bible still is the word. It's not just this little part of the Bible now. It's the whole Bible. It's not just, you know, this is the coming. It's not even there yet. This is the coming of Jesus in the end of times. This is the rest of the word. This is the prophetic word of God for here. This goes with this, okay? These go together. People don't explain that to people when they're reading. They're just reading this and like, oh, well, I don't understand what's going on. This coincides with this. All of the Proverbs and like Daniel and, you know, Daniel in the lion's den, if you know the Bible and all that, like, you know, when you're kids in Sunday school, Daniel's in the lion dens. But they go together. These are prophecies. A lot of these things are talking about Jesus, and they're talking about us, and a lot of these things. It's crazy once you learn how to look at that. I just recently learned how to look like that, you know, about a year ago. My dad was a preacher. I should have been a lot more into religion than I was. Fell out, listened to heavy metal, smoked a lot of weed, ate a lot of shrooms. Fucking grew up in the 80s and the 90s, man. That's what we did. We were happy. We laughed at each other. We beat the fucking shit out of each other when we pissed each other off. And then we went and had a fucking beer with each other. That's what we did. We sat and we played, you know, Mario Kart Rainbow Track when I was a teenager. And we smoked a lot of weed. And sometimes we ate some hallucinogens. And we were just happy. And we had fun. And then we go out in the middle of the woods. I grew up in Lakeland, Florida, Polk County. Okay, Grady Judd. That was my sheriff. Even when I was a little kid. That dude has to have a time machine or a time capsule. Because he's been the sheriff since I was a little boy. My mom went to school with Grady Judd. I was babysitted by Grady Judd and the Judd family when I was a little baby boy. I was a fucked up kid, bro. I treated my mom like shit. I'll admit it. I'm a grown-ass man now. You know, treat your moms right, everybody. Treat your moms right. Okay, no matter what, if you don't like them, treat them right. Because they love you. But anyway, yeah, we gotta help each other. Plain and simple. And I hope you've got dry food storage. I hope you've got things, because things are getting bad. You haven't seen the effects of the wheat shortage and all of that. It's coming right now. There's places that are so, like the places that are filling it are the places that are closest right off the bat, and there's places that are super fucked up right now. You're not seeing world news. This government censoring everything is coming from everywhere right now. You have to really search to find things about anything anymore. It's really weird, the way this has happened. I think they have more freedom in China to search for things on the internet now. Now, I guess if you're of the left persuasion, and that's what you've been typing into your computer as much as you want, then it pulls you towards the left, and that's what you see, and that's your narrow box. It's like a horse, you know, when you put their blinders on. That's what they see, and then they do the same with us. But the difference is sometimes, like people like me, I'll type in CNN, and I'll check out what's going on just to see what the narrative they're saying, but it just pisses me off to watch these people so much. These people are so... Oh, and Anderson Cooper was on the flight logs. Yeah. So, that's why he pissed me off, I guess. Allegedly. But it's just crazy. Another person you can check out for some good facts and a good show is the Salty Cracker channel. He's a savage too. He talks a lot of shit. And he lives in California. So I gotta give him all the credit for that. Lived in Thousand Oaks for a while when I was a teenager. Much different place than it is now. It was just a bunch of punk rockers and fucking dudes smoking weed back then. But yeah, check out. Yeah, I listen to Fox. Okay, I've gone to Hannity, great newscaster. Hardcore Republican, though. Everybody says Republicans are the right. No, patriots. We're the far right. That's what they call the far right. They call us, that's why I have the proud MAGA extremist. I had a guy call me an extremist yesterday. We were talking, he said, oh, you're one of those extremists. I said, proudly, if you're one of those people that say I'm an extremist, because their definition of an extremist and my definition of an extremist are two different things. My definition of an extremist are people that go out and burn down cities and riot and loot and fuck shit up. Not the patriots that come and stand in the downtown and have bricks thrown at them and push these sons of bitches back because the cops are too much cowards to do it. You know, because that's what we had to do in my town when those idiots came here with a pallet full of bricks. We had to go. And officers, here's the irony of it. The cops called us because they were told not to do anything. The deputies, and those two deputies got fired, by the way. Our sheriff in Port Charlotte, Florida, bent a knee all over BLM's cock while they were here, dude. Glorified them as heroes. Stood there with the liberal legislators. Glorified them as heroes. He glorified them as heroes. Some people ask why they fuck with me so much. That might answer your questions. Within the past 2 years, they have flipped 80% of the law enforcement in our town to very young officers that very much so are willing to follow orders. The weird thing is the one officer in this town straight looks like he should be in the show Chips. Like, he's just a clean-cut, straight-up officer. He's the fucking coolest one of them all. He's a Spanish guy. And every time I see him, he stops. He says, hey, Josh, how are you doing? Shakes my hand. He said, thanks for what you're doing out here. Cool cat, man. I've had two more that, you know, they come to me and they're like, hey, bro, you might want to tone down over here because they're planning this and, you know, just chill out. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know, they give me the heads up. But other than that, wait. Trump should retry and start Trump TV. But his ego is destroying our chances to win. Shit! You're smoking crack if you think Trump ain't gonna win in 20... That's what's gonna stop Trump from winning in 2024. Believe in the rhetoric that you're hearing on TV. Okay? If you're talking about that whole pleading the fifth shit, I don't give a fuck. I plead the fifth every time. There's a difference between when Trump said don't plead the fifth if you're a cartel leader because you're clearly fucking guilty because you're the leader of a drug cartel, and not pleading guilty or pleading the fifth when you have been investigated 39 fucking times and beaten every single fucking one of them, and they've had no evidence on you in any of them. There's a big difference, okay? So let's clear that up right there. And another one is let me enlighten you about the state of fucking Florida. Born and raised Florida boy. I'm into the Florida politics more than I would like to be, okay? We were just at a rally with Greg Steube a couple months ago. Awesome, awesome fucking dude. Greg Steube. Okay, if you don't know who he is, he's my direct congressman here in Port Charlotte, Florida. And he's a fucking boss. He is the reason that we have this fake concealed carry even looking at right now, because this is not this fake constitutional carry. Because if you read the bill, this is not fucking constitutional carry. All it does is says you don't have to have a permit to conceal carry. Well, we already have that. It's called the Second Amendment. And guess what? Every gun law is illegal. Let's get that fact straight. There's only one amendment in the entire Constitution that says shall not be infringed. A well-regulated militia is necessary for the freedom of the people. You have to be armed. A well-regulated militia is necessary for the freedom of the people. You have to be armed. That's just a fact. Arms are arms. You know, weapons is what they meant. Weapons. You can't stop somebody from owning a way to defend themselves. You know. That's why they had public hangings. Okay? Because everybody can have a fucking weapon. And you can have a duel like honorable men. And if somebody kills the other person and it was in a duel, then boom. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Why not? You know what I mean? When you hang pedophiles in the streets, dudes don't want to fuck little kids anymore, do they? Because I think that's the worst thing on the... We're not going to go there. That's something, I'm telling you right now. There's two things that'll happen. If I see someone kick a dog in the street, the person that I got her from when she was a puppy found out what the fuck I do to someone when I see him kicking a dog in the street. And it happened to be a canine unit that came up when he called. And that's the only reason the situation worked out. Okay, second of all, if I see someone put their hands on a child, anyone that's out here that takes a fucking picture and a video of someone beating the shit out of a woman or a child anywhere, you're a fucking coward. You're a fucking coward. And I can say to you, people that do that stuff to people, just outright attack people, look, if you're on my channel, then you know where the fuck I'm at. I make that very clear, okay? You can come try to fuck me up anytime you want to. None of you have. You've all threatened. That's another thing. I've had hundreds of thousands of death threats through emails and text messages and all kinds of shit. You know who gives me the most death threats besides the liberals and Antifa? White supremacists. You know, the people they say that back Donald Trump so much. White supremacists. I've posted. I've got them on my Getter. If you go on my Getter, Berserker Patriot 420 on Getter, I think. This guy, he's like, well, I fucking hate Donald Trump. Because now, because of Donald Trump, my daughter's dating a black guy. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, you're a true hillbilly fucking racist. No, I don't like that shit. You know, I'm fucking Seminole Indian and Irish, bro. Don't call me a fucking racist. If you come to Florida and you talk shit to me, go fuck yourself, because you're literally in our state. Do you understand? You're literally in my fucking state. My ancestors. This is where we're from. Okay? So, this is cultural appropriation if you come here and you fucking tell me that I'm wrong for any of my beliefs, because I'm native here. I'm a Native American. Do you understand? I'm a Native American. And my crazy ancestors on my father's side came over here and had some sex with some Native Americans, and this is what you get: Irish, Native American. So it took me a lot of years to find out what I was. I had to take a test, and it was like mostly Seminole Indian. I think it was like, I don't remember the percentage exactly, and then Irish, and then a little bit of German. I don't even know where the fuck that comes from. I think my great grandmother. A little bit of German there, and so when you pasty white kids, look how red my skin is, man. You pasty white kids out there call me a racist. What's not in the 2A? I'm a strong supporter today, but I definitely do not support open carry. The idea of concealed weapon is awesome. No, we didn't have the idea of concealed weapon. Most states, like Arizona, you can open carry the day you turn 18. Besides the fact that they just made this stupid new law that kids can't have, 18-year-olds. You can go to war and you can die, but you can't buy a pack of cigarettes or have a fucking gun. That's stupid. But no, when I was a kid, I had a shotgun in the back rack of my truck every day in high school. We'd go out in the football field and we'd shoot fucking shit in the fucking football field. Nobody gave a fuck. That's just what we did. Everybody open carried back in the day. Dude, in like Western states, people open carry all over the place. I open carried all the time when I lived in Arizona. Everybody says that Arizona sucks. They are the 2A state. When you come into the state, that's where you get the "don't tread on me" from, is because people used to kill rattlesnakes and shit. You know what I'm saying? They also have a state motto of "don't tread on me," and it's illegal to kill rattlesnakes and shit. Like, it's also illegal for someone to deny you some water if you're stuck in the desert and you go to their house and knock on the door. But Arizona's a fucking awesome state, guys. Fucking Arizona's fucking wonderful. I've lived in Mesa, Tempe, Deer Valley down in Phoenix, lived up in Apache Junction, all over the place. If you want a good place to go, Arizona's a good place. I see all these cops, and it's probably Scottsdale where you're seeing all these bad cop videos and shit. Maricopa County sucks horribly. I don't know. I was in Arizona in the 90s. So Arizona was the shit in the 90s. It might be a lot fucking different now. I really hate about what's going on with Carrie Lake up there. I'm hoping she runs for... I was just hoping that... See, that's why people are smoking dope if they think we're ever going to have another real election again. Nobody's ever going to get back in office that we want in again. You understand? And it's definitely not going to be... Let me explain this to you. Parental Rights and Education Bill, state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, does nothing. It stops the teachers from, this, what they call the Don't Say Gay bill, this big bill that they got so fucked up about, which says nothing they said in it, and it literally doesn't say what they said on TV it has in it either. It stops the teachers from grooming the kids inside the classroom. The moment they step out of the door of that classroom, in the hallway, on the PE field, everywhere else, it's not a classroom, lunchroom. The teachers go to the lunchroom with the kids now. That's weird. They didn't do that when we were kids. We didn't see a teacher in the lunchroom when I was a kid. How would you go smoke in the bathroom and there's a teacher in the fucking lunchroom with you? But anyway, it's just weird the way they do things now at the schools for these kids, man. It's weird what they're doing to kids. I know y'all got to be seeing that stuff going on with that dad. His poor daughter, there's boys following her in the bath. I find out there's shit like that happening in the bathroom too. I don't think our schools have the balls to do that here, because we'll march right through the fucking gate of that school. I don't give a fuck. I find out there's some pedophile shit going on and kids getting hurt in this school. I don't understand how anybody can tolerate it. I don't understand how those parents haven't all pulled their kids out of school. I really don't understand. Like, I'm not knocking. I know it's hard, but there's homeschool networks now, parents. There's whole networks of homeschool networks that are there for these. Every state has them too. All you have to do is Google. You can even Google it, but I'd free spoke it. But free spoke the parental homeschool networks, and there are networks, and we're trying to set up more and more networks. That's part of the cause that we stand for at the Berserker Patriot store and the Berserker Patriot group, is that we want to help secure the future for our children. Okay, that is part of the quest. And in order to achieve that, we have to get these stupid pedophile books. I don't know if y'all have seen the book Genderqueer, but it's fucking crazy, dude. Listen, I'm not saying it's crazy because the book shouldn't exist. I'm saying it shouldn't be in a grade school. I'm saying it should exist somewhere out in the fiction world, because this person was brutalized in their lifetime. This actually happened to the person that wrote the book. That's what this book is about. I've actually read the whole book. It's fucking insane, bro. And I feel bad for this person. I'm not mad at this person that wrote this book. I don't even know if this book was meant to go in these libraries. I don't think this person wrote this book to put them in these in the children's libraries. Okay, this book was basically a biography of what happened to this person. And that's sick, bro. That's crazy. That sucks. So this book is literally exposing what's happening. That's what this book is. That's the context people see. That's where people take things out of context. I try to get the context of the whole story before I tell you about it. Okay, this book, Genderqueer, was written because this is what happened to that person. And that book literally, if you read it, that tells you what's being done to kids at school and to kids around these places that this person was at in these books. You know, like, that's sick, bro. That's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? So, if you haven't read the book, for the knowledge of knowing that this book explains to you exactly what they're teaching your children in school, in a lot of schools, I'm not gonna say every school, because I know they're not doing that here at Neil Armstrong, because, my nieces and nephews go to that school, buddy. I know they're not doing it there. We've actually been in the library there. That's what you parents also need to understand. You have the legal right to go into your child's library and see what books they're showing your children. You have that legal right, okay? If there are armed guards at your kid's school, good, there should be. But they're not there to stop the parents. They're only there to stop mass shooters. Listen, if we could send all this money to Ukraine, we have a lot of veterans that need a mission, and this is the type of mission that they want. They're highly trained for CQB and for everything that you need to keep your children safe. Why don't we hire them and pay them very well? Because we have thousands of homeless veterans out here, but we can help everybody else's fucking country. We can bring illegal immigrants in here and give them free shit, but we have so mmany homeless veterans out here that it's not even funny. So that's another part of our mission. That's why I'm mentioning this stuff. That's my go-to today. That's another part of our mission, is to stop that, to help these veterans, okay? Now, there are some organizations that help, and they did just get new political leadership at the VA as of last week. So we will see how that works out. But you also have to look at all the new red flag laws that the ATF put into place that have not been ruled against by the Supreme Court. And quite a few of the things that the ATF put into place, the Supreme Court has gone along with. But they are starting to slowly... I told y'all not to worry about that SBA bullshit, because that's never going to hold. The ATF does not have the qualified authority to make a law. Only Congress can do that. Okay, and then it still has to be pushed up through Senate and has to go through the president's signature. So you can't do that. They can't do that. So that's the thing. Second of all, if they do say that that's a thing, don't register. What the fuck? That's just telling them where you are. Hey, I'm a felon now, because there's 48 million people that have this thing, and there's an 88-day window that when you're trying to get approval, if it hits 88 days, it's automatically kicked the fuck out. Therefore, your application never goes through. Boom, you're a felon. Oh, but guess what? Now they have all your fucking information because you're trying to register your shit. And then millions of people become felons overnight. That's where the millions of people become felons overnight thing comes from. That's all over YouTube. People don't explain that properly. But, yeah. No, I was saying, the Parental Rights and Education Bill doesn't do shit. But that the Section 230 bill that was supposed to help us citizens like me that lost, almost $100,000 a year because they were super canceled, they wrote in it for the politicians only. That's how the bill came out. So the bill came out, Yeah, the politicians fucking sue them. I don't give a fuck about, my politicians building a soup big tech. I want to build a fucking soup big tech because I want my shit back. That's all I want is I want my shit back. I don't want a bunch of money from them. I want the money that they had in my account on TikTok that they never fucking gave me. I had a lot of money in there. I want that. But that bill did nothing for us. As far as we're finding the schools, we're finding the hospitals, we're finding the HOAs and all this shit that violated people's rights and made people sick and killed people, never happened. They actually backed down from that because they were sued, and part of the countersuit was, okay, we'll back off on that. So they backed off. Okay, the whole Second Amendment thing. Last year, this same bill was in, didn't even make it through anything. Now, keep in mind, you're seeing Ron DeSantis announce these things. These aren't his bills. He's not pushing these bills through. He's not writing these bills. He's just the figurehead that's speaking about it. Everybody thinks, oh, Ron DeSantis didn't know. Ron DeSantis doesn't do any of this. It's our legislators like Greg Steube. Let me tell you who's getting shit accomplished right now. Matt Gaetz, Greg Steube. They're fucking killing it. They're killing it. Matt Gaetz, Greg Steube, they're fucking killing it here, dude. They're attacking the Second Amendment for us. They're advocating for the Second Amendment for us. Okay, now keep in mind, this bill, you need to read it, this constitutional carry is not a constitutional carry bill. Okay, it's not. That's not constitutional carry. Like I said, all gun laws. It's the only amendment that says shall not be infringed. Period. That means if you believe that you can infringe on somebody's gun rights, then you don't believe in the Constitution. And you are not you don't call yourself a 3%er. Because you're not a 3%er. Because you wouldn't stand up. Because that's already allowing yourself to lose control and lose part of the Constitution. Now, it says in the Constitution the First Amendment can be. The Second Amendment is the only one that's not mentioned in the original Constitution can be amended. Every other amendment has a clause that says it can be amended. The Second Amendment is the only amendment that does not have a clause, and it says specifically, verbatim, shall not be infringed. I have 12 copies of the Constitution. If you guys would like me to send you one, I can. If you want to read the non-revised version of the actual Constitution and the forefathers' writings, berserkerpatriotstore@gmail.com. If you guys find a way to shoot me your emails, or if you go to berserkerpatriotstore.com and you scroll down to the email section and you just join my newsletter, I can send you guys a copy. They're really fucking badass. They're not cheap, but I tracked them down and found them. They predate certain times before things got revised. These are the original constitutions and the way they're supposed to be read. Dude, there's so much information. Dude, the original constitution's like this. You get these little pocket constitutions now. It's hard to find an actual hardbound constitution anywhere anymore. But I found quite a few of them. I've got a couple cases. And when I say 12 in the truck, I got 12 cases of them. That's why I said I could send one. I can't just send 12 people. I have 12 cases of them. I'm going to sell them at my tent because they're pretty badass. Yeah, I will be doing some constitutional readings on here sometimes. Sometimes I will be reading, I will never try to preach at you, but I will read some passages from the Bible that I think are relevant with the times that we're going through. Like the videos that I post where I read all day, every day. All day, every day. Absolutely. Because of my situation, this is my baby right now. This is not a loaded firearm, and it is not being fired, YouTube. This is a 44 caliber, 1861 44 caliber revolver. It's 6-shot. The way you prime it is here. You prime the balls in. Nowadays, the loads you can get for this thing are pretty badass. They're pretty badass. They're pretty detrimental. This thing will put a holding you about 2.5 inches wide, and they're pretty damn accurate from a good distance, from any fighting distance. They're just as fast. It's 6 shots. I'm telling you, you get shot with this 6 times. You're fucked, dude. You're fucked. You're Swiss cheese, bro. I would much rather get shot with a modern day 40 caliber than this fucking 44 caliber right here. This is this was originally a 30, 38 or a 36 caliber, but we put you can get tap bores because there's no twist in these, and I tap bored it out to a 44 caliber, and we just changed out the revolver to a 44, and it works really well. This is a U.S. Navy arm. No, is it a Colt? Yeah, it's a Colt. It's so old, everything's worn off of it, but it fires well. It shoots quick. The way this can show you the rust thing too, because here nothing. You can't fire this. Okay. Half cock, nothing. You can't fire on half cock. This would have been the type of firearm that was similar to what they were using. Okay. Full cock. You barely. I mean, I barely stuck my finger on that. Now, if you're holding the trigger down, that's how you fan a gun. Okay, you leave the trigger hold down. I'm probably going to have to buy new nipples for having to show you this. But the fact that he said it was not cocked and he pulled the trigger, that's literally, physically not possible. Not possible. Even half cocked. Not possible. That's literally safety. When you have it at half cock, that's safety, because that's when you're loading your gun. Okay, I do what's called a cowboy load, and I leave one empty chamber. That way, my firing pin is always sitting on one empty chamber. Another way you can do that is you don't have to do a cowboy load. You just leave one percussion cap off. That way, but you still have the chance of that hitting the metal and sparking. But, yeah, that's my little tutorial on what I carry right now. I also have a 54 caliber centerfire rifle that's always wax loaded, so there's no moisture getting into it. Which you can keep these loaded for about indefinitely if it doesn't get wet. And I use wax patches. You don't really need patches for a revolver, but I use wax patches in mine, and I have a wax top that goes over the top of this right here, and it can't get any moisture in that way. And I have a wax ring that goes at the bottom right here. So, I mean, if I have to fire through the wax ring, they're disposable. I get a whole pack of them at a time. And this is the easiest way. Dude, these are so in demand, you cannot find anything for them right now. So the last bit of 20,000 percussion caps I've got, that's all I've got. And there's everything black powder. Everything black powder. I'm taking you guys outside for a second. Everything black powder is sold out everywhere. So that's a thing. You can find some places, you can find the fucking what do you call it? The balls. Sometimes you can find anything else, but it's so almost impossible to find percussion caps anywhere right now unless you want to buy them by 50,000. Dude, listen, if Trump were to come into office right now, all this beef with all these other countries would stop immediately, because he would show you what a president's supposed to do in a situation like this. Listen, here's the thing about Trump. Here's why I love Trump. He's a true blue American president. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. No bullshit. Ran the country the best anyone's ran it in my lifetime. I'll be 41 years old in July. But what you got to understand, okay, is everything that they're saying on TV about Biden is what Trump did. Okay? The growth right now, this is still Trump stuff. Do you understand that? These are still policies lingering down from Trump. Now, 2023, we're going to see Biden's economy. Watch Biden's economy grow. Now, Trump won't lose in 24. I hate to tell you people that. Not by any chance. If you're going to put Ron DeSantis will fold under the pressure, and he's never even said he was going to run for president. So I don't know where anybody's getting that. He never said he was going to run for president ever. As a matter of fact, he said 5 or 6 times, "I'm not going to run for president." And then Donald Trump's already been nominated. He's already, dude. His last rally had 58,000 fucking people at it, bro. His rallies haven't gotten any smaller. You should come to a Republican town like mine and understand that. Come down to if you're not in a Republican state or a Republican town like mine, then I guess you wouldn't understand. But trust me, there's still plenty of MAGA Republicans out here that want to make America great again. And you also have to understand, Trump did more for this country than many sitting presidents ever did, and he did it while he was being attacked worse than any sitting president has ever been attacked. He's still being attacked. He's still, to this day, 2 years later, being talked about by every politician, every news media, everybody. To this day, he's still being talked about. He's still the top of the news. They're still trying to indict him. They're still trying to go after him. Wait until the indictments start from our side. Those are going to go pretty quick, I would think, since we already have the evidence. There shouldn't have to be any type of investigations into any of the stuff we've talked about for the past 5 years. None. No investigations. We have the evidence. We don't need investigations. We need action. Lauren Bobart, honey, I love you. You are super beautiful. I love the way you speak. I love the way you talk. But I want to see some action. That's all I want to see from my politicians. I have problems. I have problems with Trump too. I have some things that he's done. His personality definitely ain't my problem though. Everybody's like, "Oh, Trump's too much of a dick." I fucking love that Trump is a dick. I love that we have a president that's a fucking asshole and has some balls between his fucking legs and tells other countries, "You fuck with my people, I'm gonna blow your fucking place to shit. I'm gonna fuck you up. You wanna come over here? Nah, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up first. First strike, motherfucker." Absolutely. Fly a fucking balloon over my country, bitch, I'll kill everybody in your country. Absolutely, that's what I want to fucking see, man. That's what our president is supposed to do. He's supposed to protect the United States of America. He's not supposed to protect the United States of Ukraine. Oh, that doesn't fucking exist. Oh, Ukraine's not even part of fucking NATO, but I guess they are now. Proxy, right? They're just automatically a part of NATO. They're not supposed to be able to be a part of NATO, right? That was part of the treaty between Russia and fucking Ukraine. Come on, bro. What's really going on here? A country that's not allowed to declare war, Germany, that all of their declaration of war powers were taken after the war, somehow declared war. What the fuck's going on? The world is gone. Guys, you have to understand. I'm getting my dog's water, sorry. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. This is what I have to do to get my dog up to get something to drink. Get up, get up, get up. I can see you're thirsty. Come on, get it. Okay, she's being weird because we're on camera. I don't know why. But, just everything, you got to put everything together that's been happening all of this time. You got to put it all together. Nobody has been attacked more than Donald Trump, and he's still fucking going. He's 80 years old, and he looks fucking great. He's still going. And so what if he's getting shit shot at him to stay good looking? He's 80 fucking years old and he's a billionaire. This motherfucker doesn't even need this job. Everybody's like, "Oh, Trump's gonna take this over." You know what? The main thing that pissed all you ladies off is the whole grab her by the pussy thing. You know what? We need a few more men that are willing to grab them by the fucking pussy right now. I bet you're missing that shit now, right? And you know what? The dude was in a private bus talking to a private friend, and somebody with an ultraphone from across the way spied in on their fucking conversation and took it completely out of context. He's like, "Oh, I just grab her by the pussy then," right? He was talking with a buddy. Come on, bro. Y'all gotta do better than that shit. Said Donald Trump was Hitler. What the fuck? He was about the opposite of fucking Hitler, right? We started getting more freedoms back. Hey, guess what? You know what? I know more black people that support Donald Trump in my town, dude. They come up to me and they're like, "Yeah, man. Fucking look, dude, don't be gaslighted. Stop listening. Look, what you just said to me right now, you heard on the fucking news somewhere, didn't you? You heard that shit on the news somewhere, didn't you? Stop listening to don't listen to me. Fact check every fucking thing I say. Trump did a lot of things he shouldn't have done. You're right. He appointed a lot of motherfuckers he shouldn't have appointed. Absolutely. You were absolutely 120% correct. Absolutely. But listen, he also has the highest I can't think right now. I get excited, man. Yes. Let's talk. He's got the highest approval. Every poll out there right now has Donald Trump winning fucking hands down. Every fucking poll. We got liberals getting booted off of TikTok and YouTube for saying they're now going to vote for Donald Trump because they miss him. What? Come on, guys. There's people smuggling eggs from Mexico like it's fucking fentanyl, man, because eggs are too expensive here. Let me repeat that. We have people smuggling eggs from fucking Mexico. Dude, it's cheaper to buy chickens. You can get a fucking chicken for like $20. Sometimes you can get chickens for like $5, $10. You can go to Tractor Supply and buy chickens, man. Come on. Go get some chickens. You'll have more eggs than you know what to do with. But, smuggling eggs from Mexico, guys. We got bigger things to worry about than having to smuggle our eggs from fucking Mexico, don't we? They're killing our chickens. They're burning our crops. They're making up fake fucking... How am I gonna phrase that? Biological... Like, you know about this... do you guys know about this reporter that just got freaking arrested because they're trying to cover up one of the largest toxic chemical spills that we've ever had in America? Just fucking happened. Huge! Blew up train. They boom! Motherfucking just happened and they're trying to cover it up. And the guy's now been arrested because they said he was doing his report too loud. He was doing it just normal. And he was like upstairs, and it's weird, man. The things that are going on in America are weird right now. This is not, everybody's got a problem because they're saying, well, this is how this works. It doesn't work that way anymore. That's how it worked when we grew up. Understand? It doesn't work that way anymore. Things are different now. The laws aren't the same. The law does not have to enact justice any longer. You understand? These people aren't out here to help us. They literally think, like, if you've seen my videos, those guys literally think their job was to fucking tell me what I had to do. So I had to let them know. No, fuck that. I'm not doing shit. I don't know why they muted their body cam when they first walked up, but, I mean, numerous times I told them who I was. It was all over the side of my truck. The sign on my truck matched the sign on my fucking... It's just nuts. And the other dudes that came from the back, they just literally came around the corner. They weren't even a part of it. They hadn't even talked to us yet. They just came around and went inside my shit. No questions asked. Didn't talk to me. Wasn't standing there the whole time. Just goes around the building. Walks in my shit. Comes back over. I didn't even know about the first time because my back, I saw it on the cop's body cam footage when I first looked at it. That first time when I didn't even notice it. And then I turned around and he was doing it again. I'm like, why do you keep going? You know, they were looking to see if they could see. What they were doing is they were looking to see if they could see something that would get me arrested. Well, they can't arrest me for weed because I have a medical marijuana card. So fucking, I can go to the dispensary. It's legal in Florida. So they can't arrest you for weed. I saw them in there. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, whatever. Fucking... They were looking at this, I know, because it was sitting here, but then they saw the orange tip on it, and were like, the thing they kept shining their light on in my truck was this. They were trying to look at this, is what they were trying to look at. And, I didn't know they were in my truck either, because the sergeant had me. And Everybody's right, by the way. I do understand that that sergeant was not on my side. That's why I kept saying, I was pleading with him to please just get a resolution to these people fucking harassing me. I just put another short on the other night. They were up looking in my windows up here in the front and all kinds of shit. That part has nothing to do with me. That's not even my shit. That's you know what I mean? It's my family. But I'm like, dude, chill out, man. I got my office in here, and then I got this little thing back here. That's it. That's all I got. So, I don't get where anybody gets off anymore. Man, don't get me started on Biden. I feel so bad for that old man, bro. They're fucking Biden. Yeah, he's been a corrupt politician all of his life, but at this point, man, he's just a fucking puppet in a meat suit. They're just strolling him out, shooting him up with a adrenochrome, and fucking getting him out there. You know what I mean? That's what ththey're doing. They're shooting him the fuck up, just enough where he can go out there, stumble around, bumble his words, fucking be stupid, be an idiot. It's not that he's stupid now. He's always been kind of dumb, and you know, even Robin Williams made a gaffe about him. So did Joe Carlin. They made a bunch of jokes about rambling Joe Biden and shit. But anyway, I feel bad for Joe Biden. He's a dementia. I mean, at this point, it's almost an Alzheimer's, bro. But he has more dementia, beginning stage of dementia, because he still has some moments of clarity where he can speak, tell you how much he likes ice cream. Did y'all just see that one newscast he had where he walks up to the young girl? Dude, that girl was so terrified. I don't know where that father was, but when he grabbed her tit, and then he was just smelling her. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And he reached in and kissed her. What the fuck was that shit, bro? If nobody knows what I'm talking about, I will try to find that and post it. That was the craziest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. The fact that they didn't arrest him right the fuck then and there. He grabbed her tit. He was fondling her. He was going like this, man. He was I get you can't see what the fuck I'm doing over here. He was fondling like he was holding her tit. He was like, dude, that's the creepiest motherfucker in the world, bro. I'd rather go down in the fucking sewers with it than go for a ride with that motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's crazy, man. It's just, we're the laughing stock. Bro, we have a rainbow military. We have no recruitment levels whatsoever right now. They have the weirdest fucking, sign-on bonuses, the craziest, most outlandish opportunities in the military right now, but nobody wants to go in. Do you know why? Because it used to be when you go in, your mission statement was you were prioritizing on combat training. Now they prioritize on inclusivity, pronouns, and equality, CRT, all that shit. They want to, your proper pronouns when you're at war, man. The other soldiers ain't gonna give a fuck about your proper pronouns. They're like, ha! He will just look like a fucking retarded monkey. Ha! That's all they're gonna fucking know. They don't give a fuck what your pronouns are. They give a fuck if you know how to use a gun or not. This is I think, my opinion, hypothetically, this is the end of America. That's it. Every great empire falls. And if you think that this hasn't been an empire for the past, while now, I mean, we've gone and we've pretty much taken control of every other country in the world. Do you understand? We're the police for everybody. That's an empire, bro. I mean, it might as well all be called the USA, right? Because we're the largest import and exporter of everybody else's shit. So, every great empire falls. You just got to look at it from a different perspective. Times change, and what an empire is changes. It used to be an empire is when Rome was invading everything. Oh wait, that's exactly what our empire is. We've invaded everything and told them, hey, guess what? Your shit's our shit now. So you got to do some shit the way we want you to. Or we won't help you. Like they got that company that gives out the free socks and the free shoes in Africa. Do you know that they have put more people in poverty and on the streets, and more people have died because of those free shoes? Let me explain to you why. Because they have shoemakers in Africa still, okay? And those people buy the leather from the people that have the cows, okay? And then those people take that money and they buy food from the people. So nobody's buying the shoes, so he can't buy the food and he can't buy the leather, and the guy can't sell the leather, so he can't buy food. Do you understand? It keeps trickling down. Everybody's got shoes now, but nobody has anywhere to live, and they no longer have clean water, and they no longer have, a way to make money, but they have free shoes. That's what you do when you give people free shit. They don't have a way to, then people don't have a way to make money. That's why you can't just go around giving people free shit. You want to help people? Go over there and build homes. Don't take them shoes. Go build houses and show them how to run plumbing and have clean fucking water. That's how you can help these people in Africa. Okay, if you want to help Africa advance, BLM, you want to help African Americans so much. That's what the fuck you can do. You can go to Africa. All of this money that you got, what is it, billions of dollars at this point, from what I hear. Man, you can build a lot of houses in Africa for that, can't you? Give them clean water, all kinds of shit. You can go to the most desolate places in Africa and make them like America. You say you want to. People are behind because of white people. Well, go help your African American brothers and sisters. With all of that money, you can make a utopia. And not all of Africa is a shithole, but most of it is. It's a desolate place. Everything wants to kill you and eat you there. Fucking, it's nuts. You know who the best people in Africa are? The tribesmen. Those people are fucking awesome, dude. Some of them are crazy as motherfuckers. Some of them are cannibals. So I wouldn't be cool with them. But that's the coolest people in Africa. And some of my good friends are from Africa, and they're whiter than me. These dudes are blonde hair and blue eyes. There's a ton of white people in Africa that are from Africa, born in fucking Africa, dude. It's what I don't get about all of this. None of this is really about race. None of this is really about equality, because if you want equality, then you want everybody to be equal. You don't want us to be... Do you know they literally want us dead? They've literally told us they want us dead or locked away forever. Our politicians have said they should either be dead or locked away forever. I'm going to get a fact check star under this video once it posts. You watch. Well, that's to be the one thing they give me a fucking fact. No, they're going to fact check me on that Chinese shit too, I'll bet you. Absolutely, teach them to fish. Absolutely. Nowadays they say Elon Musk is African. Absolutely. That's why I laughed when everybody said Elon Musk was running for president. That was the biggest gaffe ever. He was dude, he played so many people. They were convinced. They're like, yeah, Elon Musk is running for president. Like, he can't run. But I guess Obama did it, right? He's from Kenya. He made a video. It's literally a video of him saying, "Yep, I did it. I'm really from Kenya, and I was the president." Like, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, please tell me you've seen that video, because if you haven't, I'm gonna have to find that and post it this week too, because that's one of the fucking, man, that's when this all started with Agenda 21 and all that bullshit. Then with Bush and the Patriot Act, the Patriot Act was one of the worst things that could have ever come out in the history of time. It's literally called the Patriot Act. What they meant is it's against the Patriots. They didn't mean we are the Patriots and we're making an act. It meant this is the act. That's where the red flag laws started. You should see guys, if you're not paying attention to the ATF and you're not paying attention to the FBI, you really need to go look at what all the new flag laws are. It's fucking nuts. That's why I would never be affiliated with any kind of governmental Medicare or Medicare medical. I'm not connected to any government affiliate whatsoever anymore. None. I never will be, because the new red flag laws say anybody, private contractor, military, that's been overseas and is receiving VA or government medical treatment is now to be reported to the FBI and the ATF as extremists and terrorists, along with Christians, Catholics, Jews. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's literally the persecution of Christians. That's what this is. That's why I say you can find this in the Bible. And it talks about this in Daniel. And the wicked things God says that some of us are going to have to do and that he's going to do, he makes it very clear. I'm not coming back to bring peace. Jesus is not stepping out of that sky to bring peace. He's coming back with a sword in his hand. Make that very clear. Okay, so this is a scary situation, guys. We need to... And they spoke parables in the Bible, so you got to understand. It could have meant a person is going to make the downfall, you know. If we have nuclear war... Saw his brother saying he cannot be our pez. No, the persecution of Christians is nothing new, but the persecution of Christians in this way that's happening right now is much different than we've ever had to deal with. You know, this is different. You know, people are calling for the death of Christians now. They're saying we're evil and coming after us. See, this is what the Bible warns us of too. False prophets, they will speak against you. They'll tell you Jesus is wrong. They'll tell you he's evil, and they'll come after you, and they'll attack you, and they'll be, you know... People attack me more because of my Jesus is awesome sign that's on the side of my truck than anything. Like, oh, I can't believe you believe in Jesus. I'm like, I can't believe you don't. I'm so sorry for you, man. You know, I mean, I don't get mad at these kids that yell at me. When the kids yell at me, for a second I get angry because I'm like, oh, you little fucker. And then I stop and I'm like, okay. I'm like, listen, I just feel bad for them because they've been taught that this is okay. You know what I mean? They've been taught that everything that's happening right now is okay. So we can't blame the children. They're misguided and they're indoctrinated. They were not taught right. Like you see these TikTok school educators, these teachers going on stating that they feel, first of all, we don't give a fuck what you feel, that it's their responsibility, plus the school's responsibility, and the parents' responsibility to put their morals, values, and education. No, first of all, take fucking morals out of that shit. Take it the fuck out of there. Get your moral part out of there. Because it's the parents' part. Put morals in their children, not the teacher. If a teacher would have said that when I was a kid, they'd have been fired. They'd have been gone. They would have got rid of them in the education system. The fact that that's even okay to say, hey, a drag queen story hour and drag queens teaching kids in the schools now. What the fuck is this, man? These are children. How dare you turn the minds of the children evil? That's insanity. It's like you're turning into Babylon is what this is. It's insanity, bro. I don't see how people can treat kids like this. Like, they're trying to make this MAPS thing. Kids do belong to the parents. Absolutely they do. And people always say, well, it takes a village to raise a kid. That's not a Bible thing. I don't know why people think that's a Bible thing. It doesn't say that in the Bible. It doesn't say it takes a village to raise your child. Okay. Most times when Jesus is speaking of the child, except for when he's standing there clearly giving the parable about the small children, talking about them. But like, for instance, when say, it is better to tie a millstone to your neck than it is to harm one hair on one of the children of God's. He's talking about all of us. We are the children of God. To God, we're all children. You know, we'll always be kids to God. We're children to God. We're the children of God. He's our Father. And it even says in the beginning of the Bible, you're to call nobody Father but me. So when pastors tell their kids to call them Father, technically, if you want to get technical, you can't. As a human being, it's not possible to be sinless. I want you to understand that. We're sinners and we're in the flesh. That's why we have Jesus. And what you got to understand, what you got to put in your heart, not in your brain, in your heart, you have to understand the pain that he felt for every evil thing that you're ever going to do, ever going to think, ever done, every evil freaking thing, every sinful thought, everything that everybody's ever done or is ever going to think, including the people that are going to hell. Because it says, everybody says, oh, well, you just repent and you don't go to hell. No, the Bible says very clearly, only very few are going to make it to the kingdom of heaven. It makes it very clear. The majority of people on earth are going to hell. It makes that clear. So that's why you're supposed to keep up with your Bible, so you know these things. It even gives pretty much numbers of, what's going to happen. Like, there's a lot of places in the Bible that it depends on the Bible you get. Like, I've got a couple that are student Bibles, and it tells you, David, the end of times, that's what this is about. You know what I mean? I also have a Hebrew Bible, though, because that's the translation. You should learn to speak and read Hebrew. That's what you should learn to do. If you truly want to read the Bible, you should learn, because it's a completely different Bible when you read it in Hebrew. Okay, so, but I do have the closest translation of Hebrew that there is. It gives you it in Hebrew and it gives you it in English on the same page. So, but if you truly want to be able to read the Bible properly, you need to know how to speak Hebrew, because the first words were spoken according to the Bible in Hebrew. That is the religion. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Right, though, it does suck. See, that's like, I like that attitude. I like that attitude. People are like, oh, Jesus is coming back. No, that's what we want. Don't you understand? We get to return to the garden when Jesus comes back. What do you mean? No, we don't want that. Of course we want that. Do you understand that we were once gods? That's why it says every man is a god, because we were all in Jesus Christ. We were all in God himself. But we were actually covered in the light of God. We passed through the same realm of God. We spoke to God. If we tried to speak to God right now, your face would catch on fire and you would explode probably. But we were able to comprehend the power of God. And wow, it's almost impossible not to preach when you're talking about this stuff, right? If you've been to a church, it's almost impossible not to get that tone down, isn't it? I said I'd never be that guy. I'm doing what I can, man. That's funny. Trump's toxic behavior. That's great. What's he done that's toxic? Can you give me some things that might change my mind about Trump? As a Christian, can we talk about this? Someone tell me the toxic things Trump has done. Tell me. One toxic thing. You mean the record peace in the Middle East that we've never had before? Or the first president to step on North Korean soil and stop a nuclear war? Or, record low unemployment, record high black unemployment, the prison reform bill that got more African Americans out of prison than any other president's ever done. Well, okay, instead of just many examples, give me an example of him being super toxic, other than the fact that the way Trump speaks, because we all knew how Trump spoke before he came into office. He's always spoke like that, even when they've been begging him to run since he was in the 80s. That's hilarious. He screwed a horse-faced hooker while his wife was pregnant. Okay, I want you to show me that article. And I want you to read the article to me. And then I want you to read the wife's article and hear her side of it. Okay, well, he didn't bring Fauci. Fauci's been there for a long time. Fauci's caused many problems. Fauci's been there way longer. You guys do understand that Trump was in politics for a total of 4 years, right? A total of 4 years. He had no experience in any office whatsoever, except for the business office, before he went into the presidency. You do understand that, right? And you do understand he thought he could trust the people he appointed? Did you get that? That every single person almost that was working for him, except for a select few, like I'll give Kayleigh McEnany, loved her to death. She spoke for Trump very well. God, she was the best speaker that we ever had. Plain and simple. She was freaking awesome. He appointed Fauci to be face. Okay, cool. And guess what? In the long run, we need Fauci to be that face so we can arrest Fauci for all the bullshit he's done, right? We need him for that. Just like he endorsed Kevin McCarthy, so now his presidential record of the indictments and everything is getting expunged. Okay, look at it from the backside of what you can get out of what you give, because we are in a government right now that does not comply. And if you can get something out of them for giving something, that's what you have to do, because you're not just going to get what you want, especially when you're Donald Trump, right? When has Donald Trump ever gotten a fair break? The man was in politics. He just winged it and people loved him and became president. Well, Oprah Winfrey, Whoopi Goldberg, Jay Leno, many other big talk show hosts and everybody else begged Donald Trump to run for president since the 80s. He said he didn't want to do it. Said he didn't want that power. He's turned it down many times. Turned down the offer many times to run for president. He was in politics for a total of 4 years. And for a man that winged it, accomplished, and built our country back stronger than it's ever been, yeah, he created some debt in doing that, but we've already reached 20 times that debt in the 2 years that Biden has been in office. He did create some debt doing that. $30 billion of debt. How much debt did Obama create? How much did every president creates debt. But he also, you don't like dollar gas, man? You don't like dollar gas? You don't like $2 carton eggs? You don't like America running smooth and not having war? What's toxic about no war? What's toxic about cheap gas? What's toxic about cheap groceries? What's toxic about... Stop talking about the man's personality and tell me what's toxic about any of the policies that he placed. Tell me what's toxic about the way he ran this country. Stop telling me about the man's personality. Tell me what's toxic about the way the man set up this country with only 4 years experience in the politics. I'll wait to find out what, because he was for America. He called everybody out. Because of Donald Trump, we know what's going on in America. Do you understand? We were blind as fuck. He called them all out. He told us all of it. He called these motherfuckers out, and he told us about the swamp. He called the swamp out for us. You know what I mean? I don't get it. How disloyal people are. No loyalty. Don't call yourself a patriot. Don't call yourself a 3%er. Because that stands for loyalty. Okay? You can't fight for something and be like, oh, well, wait, this person said, but why don't we look at the facts? And don't be fucking butthurt and offended. We don't need a bunch of big fat fucking vaginas in America. If you want to be a pussy, go to fucking England. Because we beat the fucking shit out of them. Right? Go to fuck there. Because that's where most of the people here are from anyway. English countries. That's why we speak English. Because, you know what I mean? Guys, this is fucking America. We drink beer, we watch NASCAR, we shoot shit, we blow shit the fuck up. This is America. Okay? You want to live in a country that has safe spaces and fucking safe zones and shit, go to fuck somewhere else, or go to California. Go have California. We'll put a big fucking wall up for you. Y'all can have that whole motherfucker. Y'all can have that whole part. We'll bring all the patriots down here. But trust me, guys, the weather's great down here. Fucking wonderful, man. Occasional hurricane, then you make a fuck ton of money. Come on down this way. We'll occupy Georgia, South Carolina. You know what I mean? We'll occupy all the great mountain states. Y'all can occupy that shit. We'll take Montana. We'll take Montana because I like Montana. But you can grow anything in the soil here. It doesn't matter what it is. Florida could be one big farm. Plain and simple. We can produce all the food for everybody else. But look, plain and simple, if people are offended and hurt by shit, put a tampon in and just lock yourself in a fucking house, man. You know, because this is America. We offend people. That's what we do. I'm gonna explain to you that if you can't get offended and offend people, then you can't call yourself a free country. Because that's the whole definition of the First Amendment, is to be able to fucking offend people. Otherwise, you wouldn't need a First Amendment, right? Because then they can just say, oh, well, you can't say this and you can't say that. There's no such thing as hate speech. The moment we start saying words are violence and hateful, man, sew your fucking ears shut. Because, I mean, I don't know what country you were raised in, but you damn sure weren't raised in my America. Let's see. I'm going to pull this up for you, just so you can understand. See if I can get it to come up. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Hey, guys, I'm sorry. Did you just say Georgia hates Trump? Tell me where in Georgia they hate Trump. Because I've lived from Dalton, Resaca, Cartersville. I've lived in Calhoun, Georgia. I've lived all over fucking Georgia. Tell me where they hate Trump in Georgia. I know a lot of people in Georgia. I got a lot of friends in motherfucking Georgia. They might hate Trump in Atlanta, you know. But now, not even, because they just had the big Michael Knowles thing, and Steven Crowder were down in Atlanta asking them who they supported. Every black person they talked to in Atlanta supported Donald Trump. Tell me where they hate Trump in Georgia. He just did a rally in Georgia. There's 48,000 people at his fucking rally. Where do they hate him there? Now, you guys need to stop listening to this mainstream media shit and start talking to some people. Because I'm out here every day talking to people. Anyone that lives in Port Charlotte, Florida knows who the fuck I am. And you can't not know him. Here we go. Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America! Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way, yeah! Terrorists, your game is through. 'Cause now you have to answer to America! Fuck yeah! So lick my blood and suck on my bones, America! Fuck yeah! What you gonna do when we come for you now? It's the dream that we all share. It's the hope for tomorrow. Fuck yeah! Best song in the world. Fuck yeah! Walmart! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Baseball! Fuck yeah! NFL! Fuck yeah! Rock and roll! Fuck yeah! Internet! Fuck yeah! Slavery! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! That was from the Puppet movie. Fuck yeah! Disney World! Fuck yeah! Porno! Fuck yeah! Radio! Fuck yeah! Levi's! Fuck yeah! The puppy has to get involved in this. Sushi! Fuck yeah! Taco Bell! Fuck yeah! Rodeo! Fuck yeah! That's beyond! Fuck yeah! Liberty! Fuck yeah! White slip! Fuck yeah! The Alamo! Fuck yeah! Band-Aid! Fuck yeah! Las Vegas! Fuck yeah! Christmas! Fuck yeah! That's the long version of it. Usually you only hear the first minute and a half of it. That's the long version of it. But I'm sorry you hurt your foot. Man, she was out there chasing something earlier and she pulled one of her fingernails out. That sucks, man. I hate when a puppy hurts herself. This dog is like a bull. She just runs into everything. She doesn't give a shit. Come here. Get up. Come here and look at the people. Come here. Say hi, Kira. This is my PTSD dog. She's with me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. She's never been away from me, and then ever. Sometimes it gets a little rough, but And when I was having my little attack last night, she just looked at me. You just sit there and look at me, huh? But Okay, you can lay over here. I don't know what's going on over there, but anyway, wow, hour and 44 minutes. Holy freaking balls, bro. Cool. We're gonna call that a wrap tonight because I'm getting hungry. I haven't even eaten dinner yet, so I'm gonna go eat something. What? You wanna go outside? You go poo poo? Go outside? She's only doing this because our raccoon is out there right now. That's the only reason she's fucking doing this. Roger the raccoon's out there. I put his little dinner out every night. You guys be safe. Be blessed. I'll see everybody here again 9:30 tomorrow. BerserkerPatriotStore.com. God bless everybody else. No, I don't do drugs. But not for a very long time anyway. Can you smoke heroin? I don't think you can smoke heroin. Can you smoke heroin? I don't know anything about heroin. I just know they say it's the most addicting drug on the planet. But I'll probably go smoke a little marijuana. I've been reaching over to grab my American flag bowl, but I don't know how YouTube feels about that, even though it's legal where I live. Oxy. What's that? What's Oxy? What's Oxy? Oh, it's a 60-second delay. That's right. So I'm going to wait for that reply. I have some ibuprofen 800 milligram. Woo! Oh, like Vicodin and shit. We'll smoke some crack with Hunter Biden and smack some hookers. That's what we're going to do, right? See, that's why we can't be mad at these kids. I know I said I was going, but then I started... I know. Do y'all think I'm angry? Because that's just how my voice sounds and just how I speak, I guess. I'm not mad at all. I do hate evil. Absolutely, I hate evil. But I'm not angry at all. That's why I try to smile as much as possible. Because this stuff doesn't really bother me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like my trolls just as much as I like my followers, man, because I tell everybody to talk shit to me. I'm like, I love you. Like the people that call me and threaten me all the time, I give them the courtesy of picking up the phone and talking to them because I tell them how much I love them because I'm like, look, bro, you keep saying fuck you. Well, you must want to fuck me because you think about me nonstop. You take time out of your day to call me every day. You take hours out of your day to write these big, long fucking emails and fucking shoot them to me and shit. So the people that say they hate you really are madly in love with you because all they do is think about you. Think about it. They love to hate you and they hate to love you. Do you understand? Because they're thinking about you constantly. They're watching everything you do. Do you understand that the people that get paid for views, all the people that hate those people, who's JC? Oh, Jesus Christ, go to bed, man. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. It doesn't give me a clock on here. That's 11 o'clock. Go to bed. It's only 11 o'clock where I'm at, bro. I still have to go work out and then eat and then probably go to bed. I'm having chicken noodle soup, Cheez-It, cheddar jack, a banana. Chicken noodle soup, a banana, and cheddar jack cheese tonight. And a bunch of crackers for my soup. And a big old bowl of homemade soup this old lady made for me. Ooh, buddy, that shit smells good, looks good. I'm about to go heat that up. I love you guys. I hope you all have a blessed day. I hope everything goes well with everybody. I'm trying to keep up. I got to be able to talk and read these comments at the same time. on this chat. Yeah. I don't know about smashing their diabetes into tactical gear, but I don't have anything to smash into tactical gear. You know, so this is what most of the Trump people I know look like. So I'm 41 years old, but most of the people that are true 3%ers are living on properties and out here fighting for what we, you know, hold true and cherish. We're not sitting back getting fat, and we're out here training and getting done what needs to be done right now for other people to be safe, you know, getting as much prepared. And if anything, I mean, we just went through a hurricane. It was very handy that I have an emergency supply store, isn't it? It was very fucking handy for a lot of you people in Port Charlotte, because we were able to get emergency supplies out through the God's Pit crew and all kinds of other people here, you know. So I mean, it worked out really well. The way our government treated, our state treated the National Guard boys that were out here actually doing something to help us. They were actually, I saw the National Guard hold an officer at gunpoint because they were violating a guy's rights. They were fucking awesome through the hurricane. They helped us out more than anybody did. They were awesome. And they were sleeping in the streets in front of their trucks, guarding things all night long, and all they had to eat were MREs. They didn't give them any good food, nothing. So fuck the state of Florida for the way they treated the National Guard boys when they were here. Shock troopers that were in Port Charlotte, Florida, you guys were awesome. Thank you for your service, for what you did here. Thank you for helping the citizens like you were supposed to. I watched the National Guard boys dismantle an air pump because a lady's tire was down and there was no power anywhere. They went to a convenience store. The engineer dismantled the pump, hooked their generator up to it, and let people pull up and get air in their tires because their tires were popped from the hurricane. So they let people come up, help them fix their cars and shit. It was badass. Those boys were awesome. Give them all the credit in the world that they're going to stand up for your civil rights when it comes down to it. At least the ones that were here. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, I'm out. Good night, guys. Love you. See you tomorrow night. Like, subscribe, share if you haven't. Boom.